Hi, everybody. Hello, Menagerie. Welcome in. Hello, everybody. Am I tracking right? Hi, everybody. Hello. Welcome in. Good to see you. Hello, Cookie Dough. Hello, Visk. Hello, Menagerie. Hi, Tona. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Mr. Ridiculous Boss Fight took most of an hour. Oh, shit. Well, I'll have to watch the VOD, won't I? Toki, welcome in. Hello, hello. I'm alive. Yes. Sorry for the late start by almost 20 minutes. Jesus Christ. We had a bit of a medical situation. um, Always fun when that happens, huh? I made the killer move. Yeah. I did the extremely cool maneuver of setting up my starting soon screen, spinning around in my chair, and stubbing the fuck out of my toe, like on my bed frame. They have overlapping alerts now. Oh boy. Hi. Let's see. Let's see. Which one is that? Is it you? Yes. Okay. I finally located this. I'm turning this off. You know, I'm getting rid of it entirely. I don't need that window anymore. Hi. Yes. So I stubbed the shit out of my toe, and had to clean up a little bit. That was rough. We're good now. We're good. We're good. I'm fine. I'm fine. We're bandaged up. We're good. Nothing's broken. Nothing's broken, but like the very tip of my toenail. This is. I'm sorry. I'm getting way deeper in this than I need to. Hi, everybody. Hello. Hello, Clearly Crockett. Hello, Reek. Reek Mach? Reek Mach? Quick left field question. Do I play WoW? Saw a dwarf named Leshii and you wanted to scream at them. Yes. Yes, I do. Well, with the new expansion, I'm playing a lot more, but I'll never stream it. But I do play on Moonguard. I shouldn't have said that publicly. Oh well, too late now. Hi. Hello. Yes, I do play. That might have been me. If there is an accent at the end of it, yeah. Thought my VTuber model was a Chaos Dwarf from Warhammer. Fun fact. Not intentional, but I have since learned about the Chaos Dwarves, and they're pretty fucking cool. I'm into it. It's Mach like the speed of sound. Reek Mach. Good. I'm glad. Got it first time. Excellent. Am I okay? Yes, we're good. We're good. Mopped it up. We're good. Thought the model was a pirate dwarf at first. There's reason for that. But maybe you won't get it till we do a lore video. When will that happen? 2030. The way my finances are looking. Gonna be a minute. Excuse me. Saw the skull and bones. There's a reason for it. There's a part of me that's like a little bit afraid now. I'm hoping that my minor injury was a blood sacrifice for good fortune and not an omen. But I know how notoriously that is definitely an avatar that I want at the top of my screen. Why didn't the text show up? Crockett, hello. Thank you for the follow, everyone. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hi, thank you for the follow. You know what? You can do something extra cool. Exclamation mark clip in the chat makes one real quick. Oh god. Oh fuck. All right. Let me see real quick why the text didn't show up. Let's see. That was a follow. Check the events. test this. Okay. I don't know why the text didn't show up. Fucking... It should work now. I just recently did, like, all of my alerts over again, so pardon me if anything doesn't work quite right, but I'm glad the avatar picker is working. Christ. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe I don't care. Oh, excuse me. All right. So TF2 has a notoriously, you know, salty and toxic fan base, so hopefully nothing bad happens as I pick it up, but I've been feeling the urge to play again, so we're doing that now. It's been a long time. I'm pretty shit, but I'm just gonna play some casual rounds and we're gonna hang out. And I'm hoping that the blood sacrifice is giving us fortune and not bad luck. Not a bad omen. Almost 5,000 hours. What am I at? A little under 300. But I have been playing, well, I haven't been playing. I started playing well before there were even hats. Like, we started on the orange box, and then we, you know, evolved from there. But I quit playing for many, many years around the time of the Man vs. Machine update. And I only really started getting back into it casually, I want to say like 6 months ago. Didn't know Demo Man was a thing. Well, you know. He's famously many oxymorons in one. You know, he's a man of many talents and mysteries. He had 200 hours on Orange Box, tried to get back in after hats. Yeah, I like it. A little loud. I'll fix that in a sec. Tend to play Pyro. For simplicity's sake, it's easy, so I'll just do that. Let me get the sound in a better place. Audio. Game volume. Music. Maybe down here. Let me know how that sound is, and we'll see how it goes. But welcome in. I'm kind of shit. We'll see how far this goes. Well, that's fine. I'm very, very out of practice. And I play Pyro because it's easy. Whew, that was a good shot. Ah, shit. Well, I got some work done. We're good. I'm a little jittery. I definitely have the oh, that's not good. I definitely have the inexperienced shooter player jitters, where when I get startled, I'll kind of jerk my shit in one direction. Took care of a spy, that's fine. That's as good as it gets, really. I think a thing that I experience a lot these days is that you can kind of tell from the cosmetics who's very, like, aware of the changes in the game, whereas I've been kind of blind to it for several, like, almost a decade now. It's different, like, inescapably. Reekmock, thank you for the follow. That's fine. I got him down to 3 health, fuck! If I wasn't gaining points on this fucking gas tank. You know, I don't have to have the gas tank. I don't need this. I'm gonna go with my shotgun. Classic shotgun. I don't care if my melee weapon is bad. We're going at least with a decent secondary. Festive, of course. With a Halloween paint job, we're covering all the holidays, all 2 of them. Down. Back away.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
There we go. Alright. Exactly 1 holiday you bother celebrating, and it's next month. I hope it's Halloween. The good one. Ah, they got me. Of course it's Halloween. Good. I knew someone with your general aesthetic sense would be into Halloween. It's the good one. Has it really been a decade since the bots were added? I mean, it feels like that was, what, like 2014? Something like that? I can't remember exactly. I know I was... Shit, I might have been in, like, midway through high school, so that would have put it at, like, 2010, 2011, maybe? Someone fact-check that. I'll double-check that. But yes, it's been, if not nearly a decade, then just over. Day after Halloween is when you did your clothes shopping. That checks out. Now, do I know that person? Probably not. Familiar name. Why don't we change things up a little bit? Go soldier. Edit my loadout real quick. There we go. Oh, right. 2012. Ooh. Ooh. It's been 12 years since the robots were added. Right, I don't have a thing for that. Yeah, so shit. I'm bad at this. Turning to dust before your eyes. Yes. Yes. Shit, what was I saying just before this? I'm saying something. I've forgotten. Whatever. Oh, that's right. You may see some interesting references in this because the last time that I played seriously enough to name my items was, again, like 2010 to 2012 time period. And I was a big fan of MLP at the time. I definitely have a couple of references. So if you see that, just kind of ignore it. Still know how to rocket jump. At least there's that. Let's take care of this. Fuck. You used to ignore MLP, MFM, FIM was amazing. That's true. I will also say that I was a lot worse at spelling then. I thought myself a great writer. I used to write fan fiction, not strictly for this. No, I did for that fandom. But my writing was a lot worse than it is now. And I'm not paying $2.50 to fix a typo on an item name. So it's just like that now. But 42 minutes on that boss fight, Christ. That's how it is. It adds character. Yeah, alright, fair. That might be true. I'm getting dominated, fuck. Yeah, that's how it is sometimes. Would we have crossed paths in the Brony fandom then? Maybe. Entirely possible. Entirely possible. You know, I didn't add anything to, like, fanfiction. Was it .net? I didn't add anything to the big websites. I definitely posted some shit to, like, DeviantArt, which is not great. And there was this kind of, like, startup but never got anywhere, like, pseudo in-character Facebook page that a bunch of people got in there, and I was maybe unfairly popular given the gimmick that I was doing. I'm not going to explain a lot about that, but I definitely was a gimmick role player on that, and I have some regrets. But that has nothing to do with what you might see in here, so at least there's that. Good boss fight. The mechanics made sense. That's all you really need.
Is the Facebook still active? And can I find it?
No, you can't. It's not actually Facebook. It was a website made to look like Facebook. I sincerely cannot recall what it was called. It is a mystery to me now, and it died well before I stopped being a fan. Fuck. Well, at least there's that. I got revenge. Menagerie, you can call yourself, you know, the victim of domination at any point in your life. You just have to find someone who's willing to say they did it.
How popular did your account manage to get? Did you have people knocking down the door who pony RP with you?
Yes, the Brony specific one. Let's see. How popular did the account get? Was I horse famous? I wasn't horse famous outside of this one website, and I think a lot of that was due to the low population count, relatively. But I did have, I want to say, close to 300 followers on that website. Which was pretty significant given how few fucking people use that website. Ow. Got your drawers hanging out, sir. Were you clopping on social media? No. Thankfully, we never got that far. I was probably in the top 50 accounts on that website, but that wasn't like a huge margin. That didn't really mean anything to anyone. Not in reality. God knows I wasn't paying bills with that. People would not recognize me on the street for that.
Do you ever want to go back to the pony lifestyle?
No. No, I don't. There's a lot of business in there.
That's the way Leshii likes to buck.
Good God. Was it BronyNet? I can't remember. It's gone. If it's still up, then it's not the same website. Quite frankly, it did go down. Oh, shit. Oh, wow, my alerts are broken. Lilybat, thank you for the follow. Joe, welcome in. Hi, Raiders. Hello. We're talking about my sordid past. And also my hurt toe. Ow. Yeah, that makes sense. Hello, welcome in. You already know who I am. Never really understood Brony stuff. The closest you got was enjoying some of the weird music that came out of it. I was a big fan of, I want to say, the first 3 or 4 seasons, after which I kind of fell off. It was one of the earliest fandoms that I didn't feel embarrassed at the time to, like, share my writing attempts with, which is maybe a bit of a weird thing to say, but it was something that I was concerned about because I had participated in other fandoms prior, but not very closely. You mentioned my sordid past early in the race. Oh, thank God. And it's like, it's not like the fandom was bad to me, but the fandom was kind of bad for everyone, in one way or another. And I am the kind of, like, autistic where if I don't find a group to hang with, then I'm kind of just busted the whole time. I need to have a chaperone, or else I don't really get anywhere with it. And that was kind of the case past a point. When my friends fell off of it as well, I kind of just drifted away. I think I started latching onto other things, and it definitely led... It was not the cause of, but it happened just before I started taking some kind of not very good turns in my life and ideologies. That wasn't great.
Are you embarrassed of it now? Would you do it again? And if so, would you do it for me specifically? Also, Anne, can I be your chaperone?
You already are my chaperone in a variety of events. So, you know, am I embarrassed of it now? Yes. But not because of the fandom. I'm embarrassed with the actions that I took in the fandom, I think. I don't think that anything I did there was very indicative of, like... How do I word this? I think I did a lot of things there because I was kind of hungry for validation and attention. And that was probably the earliest point that I suffered those sorts of struggles. It led into a pretty lengthy period where I struggled with that a lot. And I don't think that had anything to do with the fandom. I think it was just kind of like wrong place, wrong time. There we go. You know, it's... Would I have done it again? Yes. Would I change things? Yeah. But I still have friends from that time who I may not, like, ever hear from, but I hope they're well. I think the most disappointing part was knowing that, like, my best friend at the time and I simply just do not talk anymore, and kind of didn't when both of us went our different ways after the fandom. It's always disappointing to, like, have someone that you're so close to and then you realize that you have so little actually tying you together. Weirdly enough, they were also in Sweden. I seem to just make a lot of, like, Norwegian friends. Not Norwegian, Nordic friends. Did anime cons and staff head for one, went and hung out with a bunch of furries because they were attached to the anime groups back then. There was a lot of mingling. And I think the bronies suffered a lot because they were kind of unwilling to mingle past a certain point. I don't know that there is a good reason for that. In a lot of cases, it really felt like some kind of weird elitism. I think the bronies at the end kind of took themselves too seriously, and they led to their own downfall as a result, because they went in so bullheaded with a fandom that was ostensibly about being a little goofy and having some fun time with friends, instead of just being so kind of hard-nosed and studious all the goddamn time. It feels like that was the greatest crime, or not the greatest crime, but the greatest cause of downfall. Just kind of not loosening up. And the ones that did loosen up, sometimes would loosen up way too fucking much and overstep boundaries, but all fandoms suffer that. Let's be real. I think it was the last big fandom I participated in, honestly. Not for any reason other than, again, I think shortly after that I fell into a period of my life that was not spectacular. And I don't think I've fully recovered my social skills following that.
Didn't you participate in the World of Warcraft fandom after that?
It's hard to say that you can participate in the World of Warcraft fandom without being an artist. As someone who is not, like, strictly an artist in a way that is, like, appreciated, I didn't do a lot of anything good, and my participation in World of Warcraft as a fandom definitely started in the same, like, mind space that I ended pony stuff with, in that I was making poor decisions in an effort for validation, not for my own passion. I think I've been happier by kind of like disregarding the fandom as a whole, but participating with those that I find like a lot of love and passion for. It's less about the franchise and the material than it is the people that are actively participating in it, you know? If the franchise disappeared, I'd be sad. If the people disappeared, I'd be devastated. That's kind of where it lies for me. I know a lot of people who identify a little bit too hard with what is ostensibly a capitalist product. And it's difficult to see a path forward that isn't damaging in that way. And then there's a lot of people who love it and find a lot of inspiration and passion in it, and don't let it, like, define their personality. And those are the people that I find a lot of, like, value in. You enjoy subcultures more than the things they surround. Yeah. It's the people. It's the people that make the village. I might like the painting on the houses, but if the people suck, then I don't want to be a part of it. Alright. You go, bud. I'm almost the opposite about VTubers. You love streaming and mainstream, but mainstream VTuber culture. Yeah, VTubing / streaming, I think, is the first big, like, effort I've made for the sake of, like, personal gratification, and not in, like, the short-term temporary sense. Since I kind of went down a kind of dark hole, right? I do this for me. I've met friends, but the culture has almost no impact on my enjoyment of it because I just kind of keep away and stick to the people I love. It's overall, I'm doing this for me, and this is not like a threat or a warning. But if streaming stops being fun, y'all aren't gonna see me anymore. That's just it. Right now, it's fun. I see it being fun for a really fucking long time. I don't really like, you know, taking it too seriously. I like taking it at my own pace. That's a lot of what drives it for me. That's kind of why I don't want to do it full time. I'm doing this for me. You guys are such a fucking big motivator. I love hanging out with y'all, and I appreciate everyone that I've met. But if this stops being fun, I gotta put me first, because I'm the one who has to live with me for the rest of my life. You hear the good news? You always have crappy news, so sharing good news is good. Please, share the good news. So I hate to say it, Menagerie again, you rated it and we got philosophical. Oops. There's a culture? Yeah, there is. You know, I think now there's several cultures, and that's kind of a weird thing to think about. But VTubing culture originated in, like, Japan with idol culture. And idol culture is toxic as fuck. Hey, I got one and I didn't die. Ow. Alright, shouldn't have spoken so soon. Like, idol culture sucks shit. Hate it. Fun in, like, a fantasy. But in reality, insanely exploitative and, like, really bad for people. Western VTuber culture has kind of split between those that do adhere to, like, idol culture standards and those that don't. Those that do tend to be hardcore on the anime side of inspirations, and those that don't are a bit more like me. But there's definitely, like, this overwhelming feeling of, like, cultural there's definitely some feeling of, like, rites of passage. Through a sandwich. How nice. There's definitely certain, like, standard rites of passage. There are standard, like, paths to success. There's a big culture that's kind of in this, you know, atypical grind set kind of philosophy. Very, like, internet entrepreneur shit. Everyone's trying to rise as fast as possible to get money. And I think there's a different cultural standard between those that are doing it for a career and those that are doing it for, like, a hobby. And it's weird. There's different cultural standards all around. There's different, like, things that are acceptable and aren't. There's 1,000 videos on the internet that cover all the different ways that it matters. I recommend it. It's fascinating, but from, like, an anthropological standpoint, it's so bizarre. So weird. Looking at a year in court over inheritance and probate stuff where there was a couple big chunks linked to will you be able to function to handle the rest. You got positive resolve today. Congratulations. In the next couple of weeks, you can actually start fixing the house. I'm so happy to hear. Congratulations. Big changes coming. Hell yeah. I'm so happy for you. So happy. Congratulations. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. I made a mistake. Congratulations. I have a lot of friends who are in at least faintly similar situations. Not, you know, directly, but definitely to the same conclusion. And I'm finally happy to hear some fucking good news about that for once. Holy shit. It seems like everyone's facing some situations. There we go. Little tap of love. So let's see if we can squeak through down here. I have a feeling no. Oh my god, that hurts. Okay, he can heal. That's gonna be rough. I can ping him a little bit. Ow. Got him! Hell yeah! Oh my god, that was an ordeal. All right. Whew. Let's see where this goes. Let's see what we can do. I won one battle. I won one battle. That's what I get. I get one. I get two. Postmortem. Woo! At the end of next week, you should be able to get cash the lawyer to move on to the next step of the court stuff. Reach out to the company you want a contract to handle the hoarder space. Ah! Be another year, but you're so happy that you're going to be able to let this place go away. Not be homeless again. Yeah, that's the big part, isn't it, really? But congratulations, I'm so happy. There's a certain incomparable relief that comes to letting go of what is or becomes a hoarder space. I think a lot of people don't have to experience, and I hope that fewer people do, but I think a lot of people's feelings about, like, collecting and owning would be affected if they ever had to deal with a hoarder space. My partner and I both have opposite ends of the spectrum understanding of this sort of feeling. Not unknown fact, I, in my worst depression, had become a hoarder myself, and would have gotten worse if I had not moved out, like, to escape everything. Just kind of fritz him right there. A little weird guilt over going over it going well. Yeah, you know, it's just something that you gotta work through. The fact that it is happening is... Thank you, urinary tract infection. The fact that it is progressing is a good sign for everyone involved, but it doesn't come without complicated feelings. Which feeling? The feeling of handling a hoarder's home. Yay! I never get to hit with my melee. Starting to get there in a weird way because of the amount you can't handle all the stuff here. Yeah, it's... I feel a certain degree of, like, weird guilt because I very nearly put a lot of people that I love in that position myself. And I have... Cartoon, thank you for the sub. Hello, welcome in. I nearly put a lot of people in my life through that trouble, and I've since cleaned up someone else's. Not alone. Very much not alone, thank God. Ow, shit. It's a thing. It's a weird thing. It's a weird fucking thing. Be many things. Maybe I'll just stay pyro. I'm third on the list. What? Why am I third on the list? What the fuck? I haven't been doing well at all. She was a blessing and helped you clean up the hoarder's home after death. Yeah, it's... Someone has to do it eventually. That is the unfortunate natural conclusion of a hoarder's home. It is unfortunate to say, but it is not the most common thing that a hoarder gets cured before it gets too far. And it is curing in a weird way because it is like a disease, sort of. Not infectious, but it certainly is a disorder to a serious degree. Players doing 0. Yeah, I suppose I do. Yeah, I certainly do, don't I? Well, Legerbs is second, so I guess I can't complain about him lurking. Been looking for a while, but you want to say my model is great? Well, thank you. Have a good time, Cartoon. Thank you for lending me your time. I'm just gonna fucking bail out of that. Contracting a company that specializes in handling hoarder spaces. Yeah, that is the right decision. That is the correct decision. It is... What's left after a hoarder's home is a collection that one person can't reasonably fulfill. And I say reasonably, because no person with reason leaves that much behind. Having been that person. It is... It requires more than one person to clean up in turn. Even if you have to make the unpleasant but necessary decision to determine how much of it gets thrown away. Becoming a hoarder means that there will be mountains of what could have been memories with other people, sentimental things, that have no meaning because they are smeared in shit. And that is just one of the difficult things that has to be done sometimes. It's rough. And that's best done in the hands of people who never had a chance to get attached in the first place. Yeah. I think what they took away is that it's hard to understand who they wanted to be with everything corrected. Yes. You lose the person in the horde. I learned things about this person that were core to their identity, but utterly irrelevant to literally any other living person around. And I mean that in the most sincere, kindest way that I can. I learned things about this hoarder that I would hope would be afterthoughts of anyone handling my shit. Because they just don't fucking matter. There is so much of a person that gets lost, that can't be found, that you cling on to what little you have. And it sucks. And it takes more than one person to clean up the mess, or it takes so long that you should have brought friends. And it is a very, very difficult and sometimes embarrassing thing to ask your friends to do. But there's no choice sometimes. Found 3 microwaves and 8 teapots.
The enemy is
Jesus Christ. The teapots I'm not surprised by. People collect that shit all the time, but 3 microwaves? Come on. That's not cheap. I guess that's the secondary thing of a lot of hoarders, is that they often have more financial means than they believe. Many hoarders live in states of functional poverty, but still have some degree of, like, ability to purchase new things. Otherwise, they wouldn't really be a hoarder.
The enemy has dropped into the enemy has taken our
It's weird. It's weird. Weird because your grandmother was a hoarder and part of her hoard melted into their hoard. Ugh. I would say something about, like, a certain degree of, like, hereditary nature that comes with these sorts of things. But I think in a lot of cases it's... Hoarding frequently comes about due to feelings of a lack of security or a lack of safety. And while not, like, genetic, those feelings can be inherited by people through circumstance and life events. And it's rough. People who don't feel secure have children who don't feel secure, who have children who don't feel secure until someone breaks the cycle. It sucks. Just is what it is, you know? Ow. That's a cool weapon. I haven't seen it before. 200 Beanie Babies as well. Yeah. It's weird. And again, having been a hoarder and recovered from it, and having to take some very careful measures to make sure I don't slip into that again, I feel like I personally have had the space and the safety to explore who I am more since myself. I don't think I had a lot to leave behind for someone to discover after the fact. Oh, I joined the conga line. Okay. I don't think I left a lot behind for the person because I didn't really have anything to share. I didn't have a lot of myself figured out. I hadn't settled on a favorite animal in my mid-20s. That was something that came about in my mid-fucking-20s. If someone had gleaned anything from my hoard, it would have been the most worthless knowledge that you could gain about a person. It would not have told you anything about me other than I really like fucking Smart Food brand popcorn. And that's about as much as I learned from, you know, the person whose hoard I helped clean up. That's it. Lucky or not lucky, you went the opposite way. Never expect anything to last. I think there is a risky point in that as well. Not to fucking tear into you. There are risky points in all of the steps that come out of, like, recovering from someone who feels a lack of security. I think there is a point, however, in which finding security after cleaning up that mess can help you and help others, and frequently does, find a healthy middle ground. And it usually comes well after the grief. Very well after the grief. And it's rarely the grief of the person, it's the grief of who they could have been.
We have taken the enemy intelligence.
It's rough. Depression, fear, anxiety, it takes a lot more out of you than a lot of people who don't have, like, neurodivergence in any particular way really understand. And, you know, there's something to be said about whether or not, you know, neurodivergence is all that weird anyway, and how many of us have some sort of symptom of something or another. But there are a lot of people who are secure, are safe enough that they don't really know what it's like to be that far in the pit. You know? You learn a lot from stepping in the pit. You learn a lot from looking into someone else's pit. Horde is weird because it says almost nothing about her. It's almost all the things she bought to be seen as the sort of person that would own those things. Yeah, I mean, that's very common. you know, it speaks to a lack of security or a lack of safety, just like everything else. Not feeling safe being who you are, not feeling safe being, you know, what people see you as, finding validation, finding security in other people and fitting into a mold. And that's what a lot of people do. Not a lot of them go into hoarding for it, but there are a lot of people who live a lie just because they don't really know how to get out of it. They don't know the alternative. They don't know what to do. Just how it goes. Narcissism and hoarding make a weird mix. And not all that uncommon a pairing either. You know, narcissism lives in this space where it's kind of favor for personal betterment over all other things. And hoarding often comes as a defense mechanism when you feel like you're being threatened. Frequently by not like any particular person, but just kind of society. Not even fucking society, just like life. You know? Topic is so horribly yeah. Solution was that to hit rock bottom 2 or 3 times and end up homeless and suddenly realize you're actually happier being homeless than you'd been in several years before. Look, we all find our fucking blessings at the bottom of the well somehow. Regardless of the shape of the well or how deep it is, everyone kind of hits that point sometime. You know, there's a lot of great poetry made about people who have suffered for a reason. Ow. Just wasn't gonna let him through, that's all I had. You know? The closer you can be to being you, the better. And sometimes that has a certain financial cost. But, you know, a life worth living is rarely easy. And I don't think I'm fully, like, normal. I don't think anyone will be, let's be real. But I think I have a lot of growing to do, and I think what I'm doing here is a part of that. A lot of it is, like, trying to recover from years of lost time. Completely atrophied social skills as I became a recluse. Learning to talk again and not make other people nervous or scared. You know, it's all part of it. It's weird. Weird to be alive. Kind of unfortunate to be alive, but that's the point of Buddhism, I guess. Being alive is a bit of a bitch, but you gotta do it anyway. I've definitely given, like, an unnecessary amount of thought to Buddhism in high school. I had a teacher that taught a lengthy class about Taoism and Buddhism in tandem. And if my partner is listening right now, this is also the period of time in which I started getting kind of into the idea of tube and throat singing. So I definitely had some thoughts about just kind of like shaving my head, retreating to the mountains, and yodeling from the highest peaks. I didn't. I'm glad that I didn't, but tube and throat singing is amazing. If we did not have children in this house, I might have tried to practice more. But I shouldn't be doing that in front of the kids. I'm going to teach them to make bad noises. I rather like being around, hun. Quite happy with the lot that I have in life, and I hope to improve it. Yay! Ow. One of these days, I hope to make up for my lost tube and throat singing time by learning to play the banjo, but by God, video games are too fun. So the banjo stays on the shelf, for what that's worth. I have a story about how Billy West taught himself to do tube and throat singing in order to properly voice Popeye. Oh shit, I had no idea. A lot of amazement in anyone that can teach their body to make multi-timbral noises. I won't say that my efforts were scholarly, but I will happily say that my efforts were not insignificant. Not insignificant. Was I dominating one of them? I wasn't paying it. I've been like blacking out on what I've been doing in game. I've just been fucking shooting the shit. You know, Fisk, you're correct. Banjos are severely underrated. I have this one and I want to learn it, but I have this small hiccup in my lesson plan, and it's that I don't really care for bluegrass. And that is like 90% of what you learn when you're learning the banjo. So I've been looking for alternative banjo bands. For something to learn, you know? Ow. How can I not like bluegrass? Well, I guess I haven't heard good bluegrass yet. I lived southerly for a long time, but I was definitely in the frame of mind where anything that could be read as country, I was not a fan of. Somewhat unfairly. I've since come to like some country, just not the people who make it, if you know what I mean. But I wanna find a fun new way to play the banjo, if that means anything at all. Probably not. Saw a scout go this way, but I think it's a spy. Fucking gas the chamber. I shouldn't say that. Very limited love of country. Johnny Cash and Hank Williams. Third stuff, and mostly then bluegrass. Yeah, I'm a big fan of jazz. Banjo's not exactly an appropriate instrument for a jazz band on average. Can be done, has been done, you know, historically. Not really a big thing in the modern zeitgeist. Steve Martin, the comedian, plays the banjo. Yeah, Boomhauer, yeah. King of the Hill print on their banjo. Yes, it's hung up just under it now. You know, keep it close. Alright, got that. Got revenge on there. Am I being dominated? I don't think so anymore. I think we're good. Award-winning banjo player too, Jesus. There we go. Did some damage. Yeah, I've got some songs that I want to learn on the banjo. A lot of which are a little bit more contemporary, we'll say. But the list is not long. The list is not long. Good. You know what? I'm gonna actually fucking shout them out. Orc friend Kirill, Orc Florist, has already given me some kind of loose advice on finding bands that use the banjo that aren't like just bluegrass. Some are good bluegrass, or at least ones that I've found to be good. But I gotta learn the basics first, and that's objectively the most boring part of learning an instrument, is the basics. Objectively the most important, especially for a string instrument. But definitely the most boring. How do I feel about Dead South? Pretty good. Pretty interesting. Every so often they show up in my like recommended videos on YouTube and I'll jam along, but I don't really like seek them out. I probably should. I know that I like them, but it just doesn't kind of come to mind, you know? I enjoy a bit every now and again for the sake of, there we go. I enjoy every now and again as I, like, fantasize about having a Wild West D&D game. that sends me down a hole. But it hasn't happened yet, so, you know, there you go. Iron Horse, never heard of them. Metal covers is interesting, though. I'm not opposed. I think the biggest obstacle I have towards, like, learning an instrument is that I don't really have a musical background. I took classes for, like, basic percussion for a little while, and I did take some guitar lessons, but those didn't stick because I didn't practice, because I had ADHD and I didn't like homework. You know? Appalachian Anarchy. That sounds pretty fun. Okay. That was just for fun. Appalachian Anarchy. Yeah, if you send me that in, like, fucking, I don't know, like, if you have any recommendations, send it to me either on Discord or, like, social media, and I will follow up. I'm definitely in, like, soup brain right now, in one ear, out the other. Yeah, shoot a link, please. Anything works. I want to learn either guitar or drums. Or do you really wants to learn cello? That's fair. I really am struggling from, like, really enjoying, like, very specific, not very specific, like, genres of music that are very well known for being difficult, or taking a certain degree of mastery, while being extremely light and having no rhythm. Like, I'm bad. I'm bad musically. I'm definitely in, like, a certain tier of struggling. Kind of like people doing things they shouldn't do with instruments. Yes, I'm a big fan of that myself. Ow. Oh my god. Yes. Good shit. There's a lot of good shit out there. I have a ways to go. I want to say that I'm, like, working on improving these things, but I haven't taken the time to practice for over a month in almost any remotely musical capacity. Ow. So really, I just need to get back in the saddle. Sends Jerry Reed, please do. Iron Horse, what they're doing, metal songs with banjos in a bluegrass style. Rasputina doing rock cellos. Black Violins will do violin hip hop. Good shit. Good shit. I'm into it. I'm curious. You have my attention. I'm gonna change class. We don't have a heavy right now. What do I have for... Yeah, swap these out for, the pan. There we go. Be gone, cretin. All right. Yes, music good. I do not have a lengthy and helpful history of music, but I'm curious. I've definitely, back in the day, like a long time ago, like early high school, I played with Kick urinary tract infection. No, thank you. He's fun. He's not doing anything. Certainly nothing helpful. He's fun, you know? I used to play around with, like, Fruity Loops back in the day. I feel like I probably should again. I don't really know where to go for, like, making sampled music anymore. I'm not sure what people use. I think it is still Fruity Loops. That or it's some kind of fucking crazy shit I see on YouTube that looks like a an alien's launch panel. One of these days. One of these days, I want to get back into, like, just slapping tunes together. I got a lot of friends who are doing it now as a fun hobby. A little bit of, like, creative expression, and I don't know, I miss noodling. Rasputina, Black Violin. Very good, very good. We're a DJ and a trained audio engineer. Do not want to know how much music is in my head. Fair. My head is blank like a fucking egg.
Alert. The enemy has taken our intelligence.
One of the privileges of having low energy type ADHD. If I let go enough,
Our intelligence.
it is TV static in there, and I'm okay with it. Sent a link on Discord for later. Thank you. I'll have a look. Ow. Ow. All right, heavy isn't working out. I don't know. There's no spies. Let's see what we got. Edit loadout. Regular revolver, regular knife, regular. All right, we're good. I'm the ghost of Christmas past. They're getting mad in the chat about the guy who's just playing around. Okay, let's get in here.
The enemy has dropped our intelligence.
I'll regenerate my cloak a little bit. Here we go. Should mention I never play spy, so I never know what I'm doing. Buddy, I'm your spy. Don't fucking out me like this, what? I think that's a sign that maybe I shouldn't play spy. I'm gonna pick something else. This feel like weirdly embarrassing when playing spy. I'll play scout. There we go. It was fun for DJing. Could actually pull tracks live and decide on a different set completely an hour in. That's fucking sick shit. Talking to someone at work today about stimulants, he described you as you could probably take meth and take a nap. Sometimes that's what ADHD is like. Why did I move like that? Ow. Pick player Neltus. Sure. Who's Neltus? Neltus is the top player of my side. I shouldn't have voted yes. Oh, accused of cheating? Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Ah, well. I'm not gonna go out like a coward. I'm going in. Have me on Discord. I don't know, maybe. Why don't we leave this match and find another one? You know what? Let's see. Does this link work? Does that work? Maybe. You can find me there, and then you can leave immediately if you don't want to stick around. Which you said, the one time you tried to Adderall, that's exactly what you did. Best snack you ever took. Yep, that's classic stuff. Oh, I don't think I have this. Sick. I have the low energy type, and caffeine will either make me anxious or it will make me kind of sleepy. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. No offense to me or my community, but you'll likely never talk if you join. That's fine. I also forget to talk in my own community. It's very quiet. Very quiet. If you want to grab that just to grab my fucking Discord handle and then fuck off, I have no hard feelings. Absolutely no hard feelings. I do not spend enough time actually doing anything in there for it to matter. Like it's expired. Fuck! Shit! Oh, shit. You know what? I'm just... off. My handle's just Leshii. If you know what to do with that information, I'm just Leshii. Leshii on Discord. I got the name. Send a message there, it'll probably reach me. Unless I have a thing where I only get DMs from people I'm in a mutual server with, so that might be an obstruction. But we'll see. We'll see. Thank you, Tona. Thank you. Yay! I was able to claim my probationary gas canister.
Nice work. Here's the pay.
Alright. Dragon's Fury. I don't know what this is. I never see anyone play with it. Fast-moving projectile that briefly ignites enemies. Release a blast of air that pushes enemy in projectiles. Extinguishing teammates restores 20 health. Deals 300 times damage. Percent damage. 3 times damage to burning players. Repressurize it. I don't know what the fuck that is. Sure. Try the Dragon's Fury. See what this does. And you know what? I'll swap my weapon. I don't need 2,750 degrees of justice. I can bring out the extinguisher. There we go. That setting is why Telegram preferred by furries all on Discord, I bet. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Sent a request. I have time to do something. Kabam. Thank you. Alright. I'm gonna play one more game. See if we can find a server that doesn't take, you know, an hour and a half to finish. I feel like it did pretty well for someone that doesn't play all that much. We definitely had some duds in the room, but that's how it goes sometimes. Maybe that's just how TF2 is. You can see my preference for Pyro and how little I spend time as Spy in my 12 plus years of playing this fucking game. I've spent 17 minutes as Spy ever. A lot of them are a solid like 1 minute stint and then I die and then I pick a different class immediately. Do for it again. Yay. Oh, it's a fireball launcher. Okay. Give the standard that. Okay. Sick. We can make this work. Oh, this might be harder than I thought. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be harder than I thought to work out. That's weird. But we'll make it work. Let's see. We got Saus Gugman, Arsene Lupin, Asus, Jake, Superior. Fun shit. See what we can do. Ow. Well, we're making progress. I've hit 2 people with this new weapon. And now we spend another 15 seconds gabbing while we reload. Yes, please, if you know anyone who plays a banjo well, send them to me and maybe I'll learn to cover them. Till then, I need to learn the basic because I'm just fucking sitting here. Every time I start practicing, I kind of like just get distracted by something else and then I lose the one beginner lesson that I've like learned, you know? It's not terrific. Not a great way to learn, you know. Just, you know, forgetting repeatedly. Ooh, I hit 2 of them. Gotta learn somehow. It's true. Gotta learn somehow. I've been learning, heavy quotes learning. It's not an active effort. It's like, again, like I pick it up, put it down. from this bearded old gentleman on YouTube who makes some very concise and like simple tutorial videos on how to get started step by step. And he is like the exact kind of guy you think about when you think of like an old man teaching you to play the banjo. He is... I don't know, it's great. He's... It's like his name should be Scruggs. You know what I mean? He's got the right accent, he's got the right beard. It's perfect. I can't remember his name, unfortunately, but if you look up banjo tutorials, you will find it. You will find it. I did not search that hard. Probably should have, but I didn't. Know someone who made their own banjo, but since you already have one, that isn't the barrier for you. Yeah. I wonder a little bit if mine is not ideal. I don't think it matters that much. Banjos are not historically a very gate-kept product, you know? Very much just kind of whatever. I lit them on fire, and that's pretty good. Definitely like a... You got a box about the right size. Press some strings over it, you're fine. Historically very easy instrument to work with. Stop hiding what it is. It's a banjarine. It is a banjo in all ways, except that the body, instead of being a hollow guitar body, is a tambourine with the strings running across it. Take a picture to put on social media. I don't know, tomorrow if I remember. Be real, I might forget, but it's great for being able to... I killed someone with it! Yeah! It's great for like doing your own little percussion at the same time. But it's definitely a little weird in that it doesn't have like the resonance. Nice. You can get a nice tune when you're just kind of tapping. I don't know, there's something really cute about it, you know? Oh my god. I didn't even do that much damage. I don't know, it's nice. Makes a lot of noise when I pick it up and shake it around. Every time I sneeze or cough too hard in the same room, it resonates. It's not a bad instrument. It's just weird, you know? But also, how hard is a banjo, really? Probably one of the easiest instruments. Not to learn, but to make. To have. Anyone can make a banjo. It's like a recorder. You can make one out of a carrot. Did anyone else's school, like, bring that video up? The comedian that, like, makes a flute out of like a cucumber or a carrot with a funnel at the end. I think he did a TED Talk once. My school thought that was the fucking tightest shit in the world. Ow. 2017, 2018, or 2020, you did multiple DJ sets a week in Second Life. That doesn't surprise me at all. You definitely seem like a Second Lifer. And I mean that in the nicest possible way. I could tell. For a portion of that, another 8-hour plus live set a week for a large slosh at an IRL bar. Ooh. I don't think I've ever been to a proper DJ set. Though it should come as no surprise given that I was a very boring person before and I am still recovering from that. I've seen videos. But I don't think I could convince anyone that I was a big music person for a while. But still, you know. Nah, shit, there's a spine here. This weapon's hard to love. Fuck. Rid of that, you actually made a half-assed effort to record sets and upload them because people had asked. I don't know many DJs who don't do that at some point in their life. You know, it's not like a requirement, but it definitely feels like, you know, each DJ set is, you know, kind of unique in a certain way. It's disappointing to let that potential go sometimes. You just refound the link. Oh. Oh. You can't say that and not share with the class, of course. Oh. Kona is our resident former DJ. Who may have... Ow, what? What the fuck? What just happened? I'm sure Tona will have a good look. This is a judgment-free zone, of course, but you know. What, are we gonna fucking Looney Tunes this shit? I got one and I survived. Well, at least I got him too. Couple years of random DJ sets that are heavily EBM, industrial, and dark wave. I'm sure it'll be very indicative of the time. And that's, I think, something that I love is music that is very of the time. You know what I mean? I won't lie, there are definitely times where I find myself pulling up old playlists. Sometimes the old, like, recorded DJ sets. Kind of reliving the old days. Don't have a lot of great memories of the old days, but I definitely have a lot of fun times. Kono's spun trance, progressive, hardstyle, and hardcore. Got into Gabber. What the fuck is Gabber? What the fuck could Gabber possibly be? What? I killed another pyro with this thing. Oh my god, I am fucking God. And he has asked for more. Oh, excuse me. You've never seen Team Fortress, nor? Really? You've never seen Team Fortress 2? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Welcome in, Nor. It's good to see you. Never seen Team Fortress 2? What the fuck? Well, you're looking at the wrong stream to see skilled gameplay. I am at the bottom of my ranking by a very large margin. Ow. Never is harder than hardcore. Fuck. You're never gonna be a show DJ or producer, but you mixed live and did some fun stuff. Missed doing it. Looked into doing it on stream, but couldn't find a way to do it ethically and or not get banned. That might be a matter of, you know, alternate platform. There might be something there. There might be something there. One of these days we need to have a stream where we chat and you draw while I game. We could do that. You know what, Hun, remember when I first started streaming and I wasn't a VTuber yet, and I said that I was gonna, like, do a stream for you where I played through the, fucking Oddworld series, which you gifted me, like, all of it, and I still haven't played yet, and I've become a VTuber, and I've been streaming for almost 4 years now? Would you like to do that and draw at the same time? I made that promise almost 4 years ago. Oh my god. I'll get so salty in that game. Will I? I don't know that I really get that salty, honestly. I know the games are unfair as fuck. I am not under any illusion to the alternative. Ow. I know those games are fucking cruel. You can get your gear set back up cleanly. You may do some random sets in VR chat. That could be good. That could be fucking good. If you do sets in VR chat, I'll find a way to come hang out. Absolutely. I need more reasons to like hang out in VR chat again. I am very curious of it, but I don't have a friend to like bring me around, you know? I also don't like have a model, but I don't think that's a thing for anyone else. I don't think anyone cares really. Who give a shit? I have a VR headset and I haven't set it up for stream yet. It's like surprisingly hard to get VR working on stream. Did not anticipate that. Remember joining Zip in that randomly? Yeah. New models actually being made for both VR chat and your streaming, which means you'll never be able to use it publicly. Yeah, that's fair. Please share anything, Cellular. Maybe one of these days I just ought to get a bunch of you fucking former DJs, now that makes 2 or 3 I know now. Fucking virtual Lollapalooza, but it's me. I don't remember what Lollapalooza is, I'm just deciding that that's what I'm fucking calling it now. Gonna make a fucking music festival that's just former DJs. No community, but the one that we collect on our own time with people we like. Ow. Technophile anyway, so you're playing around at one point figuring out how to stream from VR without actually using VR chat or anything. Anything you actually should have used. There's ways, but they're bizarre and obscure. And I'm not very good at it yet. I haven't figured it out yet. Honestly, I think probably the biggest thing I'm waiting for is that I have plans to like get a PNG done. Because I'm not getting a live 2D model done, like working while I'm in VR. That just doesn't work out. But I want to get a PNG going, and I haven't like commissioned anyone for that yet. That's on the list. Once I get that, and in the process of that being made, I figure out how to fucking hook it up. We're gonna have some fun. We have some fun VR games that I have planned. I just gotta actually do them. Ow. I should have seen that coming. I was trying to force you to go to bed. Turn off the lights. Blind you in VR. You have to take your headset off to go to bed. We'll figure it out. Don't you worry, we'll figure it out. Trouble, your animal, yes. Animal, wow, why did I call your pet that? Pet. Yes. I forgot that your pet's name was Animal. And whining when you look, he runs to their bedroom and comes back partway and stares at you. Yeah. That's Animal, baby. That's Animal. Ow. Whew, this is a weird weapon to use. I'm still gonna use it, but wow, this is a weird one. Maybe you gotta go to bed. Maybe it's time. Quite late for you, isn't it? It's time. Perhaps this is destiny. I mean, it's late for you too, Nora, isn't it? Fuck you! Not even taking any damage. Hell yeah! Fuck you. Eat my entire ass. Yes. Ow. Well, I got a few of them. Whew. Let's see. I got 5 kills, 17 deaths. I'm averaging about a third of a kill a death. That's not too bad for me. For the weapon that I don't know how to use. It's fine. Got an achievement. Congratulations. 2 minutes of streaming in VR with a view that you had while doing it. Just not worth it until you can set everything up with enough space for full tracking. I dream of full tracking. Why did I say that like fucking Trump? I dream of full tracking. Big fan of the furries on the internet. I dream of that, but I don't even have like a simple 3D model. I have plans. We all have plans, you know. But budget is a thing. I don't have a day job yet. Ow. Ow. Once I get a day job, I'll make some money. And then I'll be able to get shit. Goblins. What? Really little goblin fella. If I had full tracking, we could see your hands do the little accordion motion like he does for the impression. I've got my little accordion. Concertina. They call it where I'm from. Little concertina. Don't know why Tina's having a concert, but that's just the world we live in right now. All American Tina. A concert. You have the gear. You're just in a horror space. Yeah, that does affect things, doesn't it? Open floor space is a rare luxury in that case, isn't it? We have basic tracking. I could do hands. I don't need legs. Not yet. I think one big thing that's like on the list is that I want to get a basic model for the sake of like making videos with. VR would be nice, but I also want to like make a YouTube video sometimes. And I think having the motion of a 3D would satisfy my need to get up and walk around like a fucking idiot. I don't know, we'll see where it goes. I don't have big plans. Oh, my entire team is getting massacred. Massacred? Not massacred. Leap Motion died last week, and honestly, you don't think you're replacing it? I know of the Leap Motion, but I hear the same thing from a lot of people. Like, the Leap Motion is an option. A lot of people pick... Right as I'm getting dominated. Fuck. Thank you, Kilda. Hi, Kilda. How you doing? I hear a lot of people who get Leap Motion use it for a while, and then when it breaks, they just don't go back. Or like they just kind of lose interest because it's kind of a pain in the ass. Hi, Kilda. Welcome in. I'm glad to see you. I hope you're doing well. Wow. Alright, I'm out. I'm out. I don't remember what I'm saying. Good option. You've been using it for a couple years. Rather spend your money and effort to save for some stretch sense gloves or something. Like, fair. I think when like the Leap Motion came into play publicly, we didn't have a lot of anything better yet. And we do now. Say thank you. We do have better options now. Things are different. Technology is better than it was 2 years ago, by like astounding degrees as well. Ow. It's something to look into. And I think that's a lot of my hesitation, is that I know there are better things out there that are of like roughly equal value. You know, a couple months more saving to what might be significantly better performance, if at least the same lifespan. Better starts at about 5 times the cost. To a degree. Because I know that there are, like, pretty good efforts made to just kind of improve hand tracking on fucking iPhones. A lot of people are already using those for at least 2D VTubers. You know? Ow. Anyway. If we make the Power Glove a big we as humanity can do anything. It's coming back. I'm seeing a lot of, like, VR peripherals that have, like, growing similarity to the Power Glove. Power Glove was originally designed to translate sign language into text. Didn't fucking do it, but there are a lot of efforts to make sign language more accessible in VR chat, so, you know, it was just ahead of its time. I think more than anything, my entry into 3D is probably going to start with like a fucking Goobly-esque. What the fuck is Goobly? A very yeah, fuck it. A very googly, like low poly Nintendo 64 PS1 ass model. If only because I think I'd have a lot of fun just porting it into fucking games. Just fucking squeezing that in there, you know? More than I want to, like, get in motion. Because I don't have, like, a lot of room in here to move around. If I'm doing full body, I'm doing it in the big room where I can, like, swing my arms and whatnot. But, like, my desk space is small. Hence me smashing the fuck out of my toe just turning around in my chair. I don't have a lot of space for wingspan. But what I do want is like this with a purpose, you know? I want it to be functional. I want it to do something other than just be my representation, you know? Catching up on chat. 1 sec. I think aesthetic for you would just be bunless style PS1 model. Yeah. Low poly fits better. Low poly fits better for my model's body type, I think, is a big part of it. I've seen good 3D models of, like, larger models, but I see most of them made rather slender or very hourglassy. Of which I'm neither. And I think more than anything, I just want to be Wario from the DS version of Mario 64. Just want to be a chunky Wario. You know? That's it. And I don't think there are a lot of modelers that do, like, high detail, full VTuber 3D stuff that'll give me the girth I'm looking for. Just being trapped in small spaces for so long here, you become obsessive over the idea of being able to just move around. We'll get you there. We'll get you there soon, champ. I promise. Champ. You know, it's just a matter of time. We'll get there. Low poly models have more character. I think that has more to do with the predominant culture than it does the models themselves. I feel the same, but when I think hard about it, I think it's just that the aesthetics of most models that I see do not appeal to me. And that is a personal thing, right? But in the same way, that's why I'm not like a fucking slender anime girl, right? I'm big and I don't mind that. In fact, I'm a little bigger than I would be normally. I'm also 3 feet tall. Well, just shy of 4. In reality, I'm much bigger than that, but people usually complain about their VTuber growth for very different reasons. Well, you know, things are changing in a weird way. But also there is like, I'm not gonna lie, there are definitely people out there who are like getting what they can squeeze out of a model for reasons that are very much to satisfy their own desires or to represent themselves in certain ways. But there are also definitely there are those out there who definitely appeal mostly to external interest, by which I mean fetishizing without living. You know what I mean? Content warning nudity, but when you get a moment, look at what you sent. Related to the comment about models. I'll have a look. I'll have a look in a sec. Nostalgia just feels better sometimes. Yeah. It's, you know, I don't know how to put it in any other way than, like, I'm just not, like, the target audience of, like, a lot of... Excuse that burp. That shouldn't have come out with the microphone on. I'm not the target audience for Vroid. I'm not the target audience for a lot of common big audience VTubers. And when a lot of the most successful and most skilled, technically speaking, modelers try to make a living, they focus on trends more than they focus on like personal expression. And I don't think I'm appealing to any trends. Ow. Am I being dominant? Yeah, 3 members of the opposing team. Fuck. I don't think I'm appealing to any trends here. I'm not big on trends. I'm doing this as a hobby. I don't give a fuck. So like it's even before I was a VTuber and this character, me, was just like my WoW main and my like main RP character. I had to be very picky choosy with the artists that I approached, because it's very difficult to find people in a fandom that generally leans towards the petite. To find someone who is even capable, let alone willing, to illustrate someone of this size. And that's part of how, like, my model artist and friend bonded in the first place. Like, she was really fucking good at it. And, you know, started with a commission and it turned into, like, a friendship. But, like, it's hard. It's hard out here. There's a lot going on in, like, the big top participants of this community, heavy quotes, that, I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me, you know? Not my vibe. And I'm not... I think what gets missed sometimes is that I'm not a lewd tuber. I think a lot of people kind of expect me to be. But, like, sexuality is not, like, a big proponent of the designs that I latch onto. And isn't, like, a big part of the way that I want to present. So, like, there are... We know some of the most controversial but well-paid modelers appeal to fetish more than not. You know, get your bag. I'm not paying them. It's not for me. There's a lot of aspects to consider, but it's kind of hard to find someone that fits your niche, and I think that's a big part of, like, bumming around, figuring out people that you vibe with, sticking around, making a thing work with them. Especially in a again, heavy quotes community as big as this, where you cover literally every niche you've ever heard of in any like trope, any character design, any idea. If you can put a face on it and it moves, you will find it in VTubing. There's a fucking potato. There was a sock. When I started, there was a very toxic snake. And I don't mean that he had toxins. He was just a snake. He sucked, like, as a dude. I wonder if anyone remembers him, actually. I wonder if anyone was, like, around for him. He was big in, like, the circles that I started in because he collabed a few times. I think he got, like, preemptively quite popular before, like, the call-out dropped, but I wonder if anyone remembers that snake. That's when people objectify you on stream without consent and put you on the spot to correct, and that makes you look like the bad guy when you stand up for yourself. It happens sometimes. I've definitely had a point where, like, someone that I kind of thought was, like, a trusted, you know, individual came onto my stream for the first time and asked me my body count. And that was, like, the first time that we'd interacted with on stream. That kind of sucks. I never gave them any reason to do that. I don't mind talking about sexuality. I enjoy talking about it with people that I trust, but I also interact with a lot of people that I don't fucking trust. And that's the difference. I don't mind it with you, Menagerie. You're very respectful and chill. All of your followers have been very fucking respectful and kind to me. I've definitely had people in here who were, like, followers of my friends. Like, people I trusted. Followers asking me really inappropriate questions. It's the trust. Sexuality is great. You know, personal expression, personal satisfaction, validation, everything, great. Imposing it on strangers, I've had that, like, happen a lot in my life, and I've grown a little bit sour, you know? You can ask inappropriate questions. I reserve the right not to answer. But I tell you this, I'm a very boring person.
Okay. But what is your body count, though, of your enemies?
Of my enemies? 7. Fuck. We're going at a ripe 7 right now. We're looking at a quarter of a kill per death right now.
Our intelligence has returned our base.
Though I did capture the flag once. God, this game's gonna go on forever. I'm going scout. Pulling people on stream a lot of the time, if you weren't sure what they were... I didn't read that at all. Sexuality is a lot of your personality and done and enjoyed a lot of adult streaming IRL and VTuber stuff, but it's just sex is fun rather than thirst trapping stuff, which puts so many people off when they expect you to ooh-ooh and stuff, and your responses on those streams tend to laugh at sex and just talk like a normal human. I have thoughts that I shouldn't express on stream, but a lot of that is, like, I have no gripes with what you do. It's fucking great. I'm not doing it, but that's mostly out of personal disinterest. I have a lot of friends who are, like, again, very strictly objective and, you know, consider themselves quite publicly sex workers in one way or another. Frequently, they're the ones who have the more respective fans. But, like, I also know a lot of people who will bait sexual attention without either, like, making content with the intent to sell sexuality or, like, I hate to use the word satisfy, but, you know, the premise of leading someone on is kind of something that comes up every once in a while. Oh, fuck. God, I'm playing like I'm still pyro. I should be playing like a scout. I know a lot of people who will, for lack of a better term, thirst trap. And what I mean by that is tease sexual content that is never, like, provided. It is up to everyone's individual, you know, preference whether or not to make one thing or another. But past a certain point, I think it is kind of disingenuous and inappropriate to advertise something you're not selling, you know? especially when it becomes a very prominent part of your presentation as a person on a public platform. And that's weird to me. That's weird to me. That is, I guess, in a lot of ways, a lewd tuber is different from a sex worker in my mind because of that dichotomy. Because of the unwillingness to engage, but willingness to, like, hold the carrot on the string. Fuck. It happens a lot. I know people who are otherwise fine, but I can't follow because it is a daily occurrence. It is a daily occurrence that never turns into anything because they're just flat out not interested. But if you were to ever go to their streams, it's not what's being advertised. They're just kind of sitting around mumbling. And you're right. They more than others seek being coveted, don't we all? We all want to feel valuable. But I think what I offer to others is what I want to provide. I got my wrench, yay! He's bleeding now. You know, consider people that actually do some sort of sex work actual lewd tubers, but the general term is just weird. I think that's why there's a difference between, like... Am I allowed to say OF? I'll say OF for the sake of not pissing off Twitch. The difference between lewds and nudes in OF, right? Like, especially in the anime-centric community, lewds are considered something that is softcore. And that's kind of where my understanding about it goes. Obviously, I'm not experienced in it. I don't participate. Yeah, I finally got a kill with this fucking thing. But that's as far as my awareness goes because I am not a participant. Either as a provider or as a customer. Had a friend for a long time whose social media presence was all sexuality in their streams where I'm playing Civ and barely talking. That is a lot of them. That is a lot of, like, who I kind of, like, hesitate to get super involved with. I know a lot of people who will, like, advertise lewd, get on stream, you know, their general sexuality is a big part of the product that they present because it is kind of a product when we're here on stream and we expect to be paid for it. Especially those that make it their livelihood. A lot of them are full-time streamers. And, like, as long as you're not lying to people about what you're providing, I don't really give a shit. But the idea of the virgin lewd tuber is definitely a thing for a reason. There are a lot of people out there who definitely, like, will play into whatever stereotype they can. And then when, you know, put in front of a camera, just don't. And it leads to a lot of... I've seen it turn into a fandom, or a fan base rather, not a fandom, but a fan base of people who are kind of abrasive, kind of frequently overstepping, people who are very clearly deeply dissatisfied, but, like, are very obviously hungry for a very specific kind of content. Whether it is provided to them or not, you know, is up to the individual. I don't know. It just kind of, like, rubs me the wrong way. To each their own. To each their own. But to the same degree, I reserve my right to not participate. Trying to step around terms for people's comfort level. Yeah. Very big difference between that and you doing exactly what you do on Blue Sky now on social media and then having well over a dozen. Yes. Yes. It's... I fault no one for wanting to feel sexy. I fault no one for wanting to, you know, be validated in that. But it is disingenuous and dishonest to expect to be paid for something that you advertise and do not provide. And I don't mean advertisement as in like, wearing blah, blah, blah. I do mean like making very cheeky, coy messages on social media being like, what would you do to me? Or like, where would you take me? Or what would you say to win me over? So on and so forth, right? These are all things that participate in the overall culture, and a lot of people go into that, and then they make that like a fun thing between them and their community, and it's all great, all good. And then there are people who take that and then just kind of walk away from their following with no, you know, greater motive than to make a paycheck. I don't know. Fucking, it's the whole thing. It's a whole thing, and I don't participate in it, so I really shouldn't be talking about it as much as I do. You know, it's a thing. Everyone's got their path around it. There are just some paths that I kind of stay away from because I've seen what it turns their fans into. In most cases, I don't think particularly poorly of the people who, like, do this. But in my experience, their fans suck. Like, really bad. Fuck. I think I landed the killing blow on myself there. I will say that there are also, like, a category of people who are, again, lewd, but not sexual. Who... There is a certain flavor of mostly male, but not exclusively, VTuber who surround themselves with these people, as like a gimmick. Ow. That was a self-kill. Shit. I think you're sexual, but not really lewd. I mean, apparently you've got enough for people to keep coming back, so... Whatever works, really. I am not very sexual, and I'm not really lewd, so... I'm largely sex positive. I don't really offer anything, and I don't give anything, so I'm... A lot of the misconceptions, I think, come from my model, and I think that is a very disappointing thing. I think it lends itself to a certain degree of stereotyping that we don't appreciate in quote-unquote real life, but gets kind of like a pass online. Platform of VTubing as a whole is such a creative concept. You wish more people would push more creative expressions, either through creation or gameplay, etc., to be further able to use VTubing for what it is, us being able to create our space. Yes. Sex is fun. I enjoy it. I also enjoy playing Jackbox, and neither is more interesting to me on any given day. That's exactly it, right? I think... I just wish more people were more honest. And I wish the allure of paying rent wasn't so dire that, like, dishonesty was seen as an acceptable path towards survival. I wish survival was not an aspect to it at all. But while I'm, you know, rubbing the lamp, I'll take care of, you know, world peace and and war too, you know. Ow. I crit myself. Don't hide my nitties, but you don't make it your personality. Yeah, no, I don't think of you as a lewd person, nor... And maybe that's because I know that, like, that's not what you're going for. But, like, I don't know, I see your model and I think, I've definitely seen a man with his shirt off, and that is what that looks like. This one just happens to be a snake. Probably 2/3 of the men shirtless I've ever seen in my life were, like, mowing the lawn, and I don't find that particularly sexy.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry to compare you to someone who mowing the lawn, Nora, but... Ow. Ow. Well... Shit. Now core 100% of them are an old dude smoking. Definitely is out here. That dude alone is the fucking Spider's Georg of the shirtless men of our area. Not a lot of shirtless men anywhere, but there's that one guy who's always standing on his front porch. There's a lot of sources of conflict about things going as well. Yeah. I think you have like 2 friends that aren't fighting financially. Maybe 3, everyone else is grinding. Yeah, that's how it is. To live without struggle is an unfortunate rarity. A privilege that I am sort of blessed with, but I'm trying not to fucking, like, take it for granted. For all the difficulties that come with that. Ow. Ow. And I wish people didn't feel the need. And really, it's not anyone's particular fault for needing to pay bills. It's not anyone's particular fault for deciding to take the path they take. I can only fault someone so much for a problem that they didn't necessarily cause. We all know what the cause is. It's bigger than any one person can handle, and it takes all we have to fucking survive. However, I also don't have to, like, hang out with them. He disguised himself as me. Poor decision. I can hate the beast that lingers, and I can also choose not to engage with the knights that fight it in ways that I don't find appropriate. Far be it from any individual to want to survive. It is what it is. Ow. Next year's gonna suck, but after that, your big decision is gonna be where do you want to live and where can you find a place that you like there. It's the little things. It's the little things we come to love, really.
Alert. The enemy has taken our intelligence.
I don't know how to put it any other way than, like, I don't know, I'm just gonna keep following my path and see where it takes me. Do my best for others, but ow. That's not a path that works for everybody.
Alert. The enemy has taken our intelligence.
Time to swap back to Pyro. Now there's not like 4 Pyros on the other team. I have a lot of things I want to do. I have a lot of things I want to get better at. I don't think I'm ever going to be dipping into the lewd side, but I definitely am not going to, like,
The enemy has dropped our intelligence.
compromise on my own personal taste and my model for it. I have the functional capacity to, like, choose who I involve myself with. And a lot of that has to do with, like, just not hanging out with the people that, like, make weird comments about me. Because at the end of the day, I'm not upset with, like, people expressing their sexuality. I'm upset with, like, weirdos saying shit to me. And I don't mind some banter between friends. God knows ow. God knows for a while there, I used to just fucking flirt with friends for the fun of it. Sometimes it's nice to tell your homie that he looks good, right? But, like, I don't know, it's different on here when every single person involved is either doing, like, creative expression at significant personal cost, or is paying bills, and thus is selling a product. It's the same reason that I don't play games that I don't believe should, like, be advertised. I don't stream games that I find, like, inappropriate or, like, I don't know, of relatively poor moral value. That's not the right way to say it. That sounds like some kind of fucking Puritan. But, like, I'm not playing Hogwarts Legacy because I don't think it should be advertised, but because I make money on this, anything that appears on my channel is an advertisement. And like, I have to keep that in mind. And, I don't want to ever put something out here that I'm not willing to fulfill. You know? I say that having not fulfilled almost any of the fucking promises I made for my fucking donathon almost 2 years ago. Jesus fucking Christ. We'll get there. I have plans. I promise. It's coming. I promise. I swear. Funny, to be honest, you had all these friends growing up that wanted to be rich, and your urge has always just been be okay and work on your own stuff without destroying your soul, and that's what's left of your sanity. Yeah. Not upset at the expression, upset at crossing boundaries. Yes. I'm sorry, friends. They're sorry? Where's sorry? Shit. I meant to say sorry, but I need progress on this fucking thing. Excuse me. Do appreciate, honestly, that you may play WoW, but don't stream WoW. Yeah, like, I like WoW. I have people that I know and I appreciate who do or have worked on the game. They put a lot of their care and love into it because they love the product. Blizzard, the company, formed of executives, is a shithole, and I do not want to promote that. The only time that WoW has ever appeared on my fucking channel was the very brief time, like 2 weeks ago, where, to help out a friend, I shared a private server's display of fireworks for an RP event, offering no money to Blizzard and not sharing the company at large, you know? That's where it goes. That's where the line is. Also, I'm not gonna lie. People who watch, like, MMO streams mostly, when that's the only thing they watch, they get kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie, like, people who watch mostly just WoW streamers, sum 'em up, man. Something's wrong with the vibe. Oh, sorry. But yes, like, you know, some things are just for me. Some things are just for me and they don't need to be advertised. And the space that I have is, like, almost objectively, a billboard in one capacity or another. And I have to make very clear decisions about what I permit in that regard. It's not difficult. It's really easy. It's really easy to just not do something. It is probably the easiest thing that anyone's ever done, not doing something. And leave here. What did we get? The Enforcer. I don't remember if I have that. Want Asmongold viewers? No! Yes. I don't judge people for chasing the things they need. Sometimes it's a game from a bad place. So go back and read some of your old Orson Scott Card stuff. Don't buy anything else he's ever written. It's how I feel about Lovecraft. Right? Lovecraft, objectively a pretty bad dude. He lived his life in a constant degree of fear that caused harm to others. And was, even for his time period, fucking wild. Like, too extreme. Racist people of the time were telling him to chill the fuck out, and he didn't. But he's dead. None of my money goes towards, like, progressing his values. Nothing that I get from him is ever going to lead to anything more from him. But if anything is worth talking about, I will gladly tell of the few good things he did while very openly fucking, what's the word? Renouncing his bad points? I don't know, you know what I mean. I suppose in a certain way it depends on whether or not the person is alive. There's very few ways to justify J.K. Rowling. Also, Harry Potter just kind of sucks as a media. But, sorry, my creative writing almost degree got out. There's no angels in history. It's true. Yes. But like the things we do in private, as long as we are relatively conscious of like the effect that we have, which is, again, as an individual, not spreading anything and telling anyone about anything, pretty minimal. It's fine. But the moment we put it up on a billboard, we're telling other people what we are and are not willing to like put up with. And that's important. I may not be the biggest person on this fucking platform. I may not have like a lot of people that follow my words and think, oh yeah, I'm going to buy that. But I know that a couple people have. And that's something I have to consider. And again, it doesn't take much. I'm not upset that like other people don't vibe with the things that I like. And I'm not upset that I don't get to indulge in certain things because I'm an adult and I can keep fucking trucking. I have other shit that I can worry about. I have other shit I can enjoy. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't take any effort from me. Not doing a thing is the easiest thing anyone's ever done. I have ADHD. I've canceled plans all the time. But like, it really is just the difference between fucking like picking what you put on your billboard. And I imagine that is a more difficult task when you are doing it for a living, but it can't be that much more difficult. Bulk, hello, welcome in. Let me get in here and do the old... And if anyone wants to see me again soon, check me out on Volk's channel tomorrow morning. Haha. Excuse me. Told a friend that Gandhi was the most accurate ruler in Civ and had to explain that he was actually like... Yeah. Go look at Discord. I will. Yes. Oh, looking good there, Manette. Looking very good. Yes. Fuck. Bad people in history. I don't know. It's. But nobody building that body shape. It's true. There are people. There are people. And that is exactly the body shape. Yeah. You know, there are people out there. You just have to search. Just have to search. And sometimes searching is the effort of making friends and finding people for whom they can find passion in it when a friend is asking. 3'9" for the record, which still makes you shorter. I'm 3'11". I misspoke. I'm just shy of 4 feet. But not by a lot. We're not huge. Friend actually just told you about a podcast that's explicitly about shit-talking dead historical figures. Is it Behind the Bastards? Because that sounds about right. Almost had someone to look down on. Look, you're a couple platform boots away. Respect the Dead. Never heard of it. Let me know how it is. All right, it's past 12. It's past my usual clocking out time, and as much as I'd like to play more, I think for the sake of my scrambled brain, that's the Blaine. See if we can raid out. Hooves can't get good boots. They're called horseshoes. And if they can make horseshoes, they can make horse boofs. Boofs? They can make horse boofs. They can make a horse high. They can make a horse rip off the bong. And when you get high enough, then you can look down on me. Horse boofs. My brain is fucking going. See you in 9 hours. Math's hard. Yes. Check out Volk's channel in roughly 9 hours from now. I'll be over there with her playing Corekeeper. I think. As long as we're still on that, yeah. I haven't heard anything to the contrary. I'm going to double check and make sure that it's installed. I'm pretty sure it is, but I got to double check. We are We can go to multiple places. I gotta fucking scramble my brain. Gotta unscramble my brain. Gotta put it back to normal. Gotta take my brain, gotta put it in a frog, gotta take that frog and bring it to the pond, gotta go to the pond and make the frog real smart. Out of the frog, into my head, frog knowledge, eating flies. What? um. um. Yes. We're gonna go right over to Rye, who is playing Tavern Talk, with Tia, and it looks like Hilda and Coach, and I think that's a second secret Tia in the background there. We're gonna head on over to old Rye. It's been a minute since we've gone and hung out with them. I'm melting. Did I tell y'all that it reached like 119 degrees out here today? I'm fucking dying. Oh my god, it's hot. It's hot. It's 12 p.m. and I swear to god, if I go read that thermostat, it's gonna say that it's like 90 degrees outside, if not 85. The toe injury distracted me. Yeah. We're reaching the point where the blood loss is affecting me, I guess. We're gonna raid over to Rye. Thank you everybody for coming along. Thank you everybody for supporting me. Thank you everybody for hearing me rant about topics like blood loss, hoarding, sex work, integrity, and DJing. It is September as well. Woo! But yes, go say hi to Rye. Sorry that you do this every time you show up. Look, I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying. Better than me fucking getting mad at TF2. I had a better time than I have in a long time. So thank you everybody for joining me. I'm gonna say hi to Rye. Have a good night, everybody. Take care of yourself, and I'm going to finish this beverage and lie down. Adios.